My brother's wife used to come crying to me whenever they fought. I was always the shoulder she leaned on. Then my wife said, "I don't trust her." I brushed it off, until I saw them leaving a hotel together after a therapy session. I waited. I gathered screenshots, receipts, even audio clips. I showed them all to my brother. And watched his face fall. He didn't say a word. He just walked out of my life. My wife said, "Why didn't you believe me?" And I had no answer. I'm 39. Live in Lexington, Kentucky. My wife Ashley and I have been married for 11 years. We don't have kids. My older brother, Derek, 41, married his wife Natalie about 5 years ago. They were a weird match from the start. He's kind of quiet, keeps to himself, and she's loud, dramatic, and emotional about everything. I was happy for them at first. Natalie was friendly, always bubbly when she came around. She tried real hard to fit into the family. But maybe she tried too hard. After a year or two, I started noticing how often she came over without Derek. Usually crying. Makeup smudged, hair a mess, and always a sob story about another fight. He doesn't talk to me anymore. He called me stupid. He threw his phone across the room and said he didn't care. It was always something. And I believed her. I'm not proud of that now, but I did. I thought Derek was just shutting down like he always did when he was stressed. I figured Natalie just needed someone to talk to. She didn't have many friends. And she always said she felt safe with me. I tried to be there for her. Let her cry on our couch. Gave her water, tissues, sometimes made tea. Ashley, my wife, didn't say much at first. But she watched. She always watched. One night after Natalie left, Ashley looked at me and said, "I don't trust her." I was surprised. I asked what she meant. "She's not telling you everything," Ashley said. "Something's off. The way she looks at you. How comfortable she is here." I brushed it off. Told her she was being paranoid. That Natalie was just hurting and didn't have anyone else. Ashley didn't argue. But she didn't forget either. Then came therapy. That's when everything started to change for real. Natalie said she was starting therapy. She told me Derek wouldn't go, that she was going by herself. I said good, maybe she'd get some help sorting things out. About a month later, Ashley said she found a therapist too. Claimed she was dealing with anxiety and old trauma she never talked about. Said it wasn't a big deal and she didn't want to make a fuss over it. I supported her. Of course I did. I was proud of both of them for getting help. Or at least, that's what I thought at the time. But something didn't feel right. Ashley started coming home late from her sessions. Always had a reason: traffic, errands, stopped for a smoothie. She was more distant, too. Not cold exactly, but different. Distracted. She stopped cuddling me at night. We stopped having sex. Natalie stopped showing up crying. She stopped calling me. She even seemed happier, glowing some days. That was strange too. I remember thinking maybe therapy was working for both of them. Then I saw them. That day is burned into my brain. It was a random Wednesday. A power outage shut my office down, so they let us out early. I didn't text Ashley. I figured I'd surprise her, maybe we could grab dinner or something. On my way home, I took a detour to a little cafe we liked. It was right across the street from a Marriott hotel. And that's when I saw them. Ashley and Natalie. Walking out of the hotel together. Laughing. Close. Real close. Ashley was wearing leggings and a hoodie, no bra underneath, I could tell even from across the street. Natalie had wet hair pulled up like she'd just showered. They looked intimate. I don't know how else to say it. And then Natalie touched Ashley's arm and leaned in to whisper something. Ashley laughed and leaned back like she was blushing. I couldn't move. I just sat there in my car. I knew what I saw. I knew exactly what it meant. I didn't confront them. Not then. I drove home. My hands shook the whole way. I sat in my garage for 20 minutes before I could even walk inside. After that, I turned into someone else. I didn't tell anyone. Not even Ashley. I acted normal. Smiled, made dinner, asked about her day. But I started watching her closer. I bought a GPS tracker off Amazon and stuck it in her trunk. I installed a voice recorder under the seat of her car. I set up a screen mirroring app so I could see her texts on my laptop. I even learned how to recover deleted messages. I followed Natalie once too. I parked across the street from the hotel. She walked in around 4 o'clock. Ashley's tracker showed her arriving 10 minutes later. I waited. They didn't come out for hours. That night, I didn't sleep. I stayed up listening to one of the recordings. They were laughing, talking about Derek. Natalie called him a sack of drywall. Ashley said, he doesn't suspect anything. He thinks I'm just tired. I took screenshots. I saved audio files. I printed receipts. I wrote everything down. Then I invited Derek over. I told him I needed help fixing a shelf in the garage. He came, like he always did, no questions. We sat on the tailgate of my truck. I handed him a manila folder. He looked confused. Then he opened it. I watched his face change. He didn't say a word. Not a single word. Just flipped through the pages. Screenshots. A printout of the hotel bill with both their names. GPS logs. Audio transcripts. He stood up. Walked out of the garage. Got in his truck. And drove away. That was 3 months ago. I haven't heard from him since. Not a text. Not a call. Not even a social media post. Ashley came home that night like nothing happened. I was sitting on the couch in the dark. I showed Derek, I said. She froze. Then she whispered, "Why didn't you believe me?" That's all she said. No apology. No denial. Just that one line. And I didn't have an answer. The days after that were quiet in a way that scared me. Ashley didn't try to explain anything. She just acted normal. Made coffee in the mornings. Watched TV at night. Like we weren't standing on top of something broken. I didn't talk much either. I was still collecting pieces in my head, trying to understand how two people I trusted the most could do this. Then the phone calls started. Not from Derek. From my mother. "Have you talked to your brother?" she asked. "No," I said. "Well, something's going on," she said. "He won't answer me." I called Natalie and she told me to stop calling. That threw me off. Natalie used to be glued to my mom, always asking for family recipes or inviting her to brunch. Now she was cold. Derek shutting out our mom. That wasn't him. A week later, I found out why. I got a plain white envelope in the mail. No return address. Inside was a photo, just one, of Derek. Sitting in a bar. With a woman I didn't recognize. Her hand was on his knee. They looked comfortable. Intimate. Written on the back, in sharp black marker, was a note, "He moved on. Maybe you should too." Ashley saw it sitting on the kitchen table that night and turned white. She didn't say anything, just went straight to the bedroom and closed the door. I didn't follow her. Instead, I grabbed a drink and sat outside, trying to figure out who sent that. It wasn't Derek. He's not that kind of guy. Natalie? Ashley? One of their friends? I didn't know. But something had changed. This wasn't just an affair anymore. This was a game. Someone wanted to twist the knife. And I was done sitting still. I started digging again. Not on Ashley. Not on Natalie. On the woman in the photo. I ran it through a few image search tools, nothing turned up. Then I looked closer. She had a name badge clipped to her shirt. The logo said, Campbell County Medical Center. I drove there 2 days later. Pretended I was looking for someone I thought worked there. Walked around the lobby until I saw her. Same woman. Same smile. I followed her outside during her break. Waited until she lit a cigarette. Hey, I said. Do you know a guy named Derek? She looked startled. You his brother? I nodded. She took a long drag. Didn't know he had a brother. What's going on between you two? She looked me dead in the eyes. Whatever it is, it's not your business. But I'll say this, he's hurt. Deep. Said his whole world fell apart. She flicked the cigarette and walked back in. That's when I realized Derek wasn't just angry. He was broken. He'd cut everyone off. Mom. Me. Maybe even Natalie. And some part of me wondered, did Natalie leave him? Did she choose Ashley? The next day, I got confirmation. Ashley left her laptop open while she showered. I shouldn't have looked. But I did. There was a saved draft of an email to Natalie. I can't keep doing this. He knows everything now. I think he's watching us. I think he followed you to the hotel. Please, tell me this wasn't just something fun for you. She never sent it. But she saved it. And that told me all I needed to know. Ashley wasn't in control anymore. Natalie was. Ashley fell for her. Natalie. I wasn't so sure. Maybe she just liked the power. Maybe she liked being the center of attention. Whatever it was, she had played us both. I wasn't going to wait for the next letter. Or the next knife in the back. It was time to turn everything around. I didn't sleep much that night. I stayed up staring at the ceiling, thinking about all the times Natalie cried on my shoulder, all the nights Ashley came home late, and how stupid I felt now for not seeing it. They'd both been lying to me. 4 months. Maybe longer. And now I was getting cryptic mail. Derek was gone, and Ashley was pretending like everything was fine. But I couldn't let this be the end of it. Not without pulling the last thread. So I called someone I hadn't talked to in years, Leah. Leah used to date Derek. They were together for 5 years before Natalie came along. I always liked her more, to be honest. She was smart, quiet, didn't cause drama. But they broke up and Derek met Natalie not long after. I figured if anyone could tell me what kind of crap Derek might be hiding, it'd be Leah. She picked up after 2 rings. Hey, she said. This is a surprise. Yeah, I said. Sorry for the weird call. I just need to ask you something. About Derek. She paused for a second. Is he okay? I don't know, I said. He cut everyone off. Just disappeared. But there's a lot going on. With Natalie. And Ashley. Your wife? She asked, confused. Yeah. It's bad. She sighed. Okay. Well. I probably shouldn't say this, but there's something you should know. What? Natalie called me, she said. Last year. Out of nowhere. My heart jumped. Why would she call you? She wanted to know if Derek ever cheated on me. What? Why would she care? She said she was just trying to understand him. Said he was distant and she felt like there was something he wasn't telling her. But she sounded off. Like, too calm. I didn't say anything. Just listened. And then, Leah continued, a few months later, Derek called me. He didn't say much, but he asked if I ever spoke to Natalie. I told him yes. He got real quiet and said, "She's not who you think she is." That was the last time I heard from him. That line hit me in the chest. She's not who you think she is. After I hung up, I paced the kitchen for half an hour, thinking. Something wasn't right. Natalie had gotten between Derek and Leah somehow. And now she'd gotten between Ashley and me. This wasn't just an affair. This was a pattern. Natalie latched onto people. She made them think she was broken, needed saving. And once she had them, she twisted things. Controlled them. Broke them down. I pulled out my laptop and went back through the audio recordings from Ashley's car. One of the clips I hadn't listened to before was quiet at first. Just the sound of driving. Then Natalie spoke. "He's not strong like you." Derek shuts down. "But you, Ashley, you fight. That's why I wanted you." Ashley whispered something, but I couldn't make it out. Then Natalie continued, "Let him fall apart. Let him go silent. He always does. He won't do anything. But your husband? He'll try to fix things. He'll blame himself. He'll never see it coming." That was it. That's when it all clicked. Natalie wanted me to find out. She wanted me to blow it up. She'd been steering this from the start. I thought back to the photo of Derek with that woman at the bar. The way the envelope had no return address. The way Ashley looked when she saw it, not shocked, but scared. She didn't send that photo. Natalie did. And if Natalie was willing to destroy her husband and mine, what the hell else was she capable of? I checked the GPS history from Ashley's car again. There was a new address on there. One I didn't recognize. Not the hotel. Not Natalie's place. Just a house. I drove there that night. It was a quiet street. Normal suburban neighborhood. Lights off in most homes. But this one, the one Ashley had visited 2 nights ago, had a dim porch light on. I parked across the street. Sat in my car. Waited. At 11:03 p.m., a light turned on upstairs. Then I saw her. Natalie. In the window. But she wasn't alone. There was someone else. Not Ashley. Not Derek. A man. Bald. Tall. Maybe mid-40s. He walked behind her, shirtless. She laughed. He kissed her neck. She wasn't just stringing along Ashley. She had a third one. I sat in my car across the street and felt my stomach twist. So this was it. Natalie wasn't just some woman in pain, crying about a failing marriage. She was running a damn game. First Derek. Then Ashley. And now some other guy, the third player in her sick little drama. I thought I knew betrayal when I saw my wife walking out of a hotel with my brother's wife. But this? This was something else. This was her playground. We weren't people to her, just pawns. I took photos. Clear ones. I had a zoom lens in my glove box from when I used to do weekend hiking photography. I snapped a dozen shots, Natalie in the window, the man kissing her, the house number. All of it. And then I did something I'm not proud of. I made a burner email account. I sent the photos to Ashley. And to Derek. With this message, she's not who any of us thought she was. She's been playing us all. Thought you should know. I didn't sign it. The fallout started the next day. Ashley didn't come home that night. She must have checked her email, seen the photos, and bolted. I didn't hear from her. No text. No call. Just silence. But Derek? He finally called me. I hadn't heard his voice in months. You sent that email? He asked. His voice was rough, like he hadn't slept in days. Yeah, I said. I'm sorry. No. Don't apologize. I knew there was something wrong with her. I just didn't want to face it. There was a long pause. Then he said something I'll never forget. She did the same thing to me that she did to Ashley. But she wasn't done with me yet. She's been calling me at night. Saying she misses me. Saying she's confused. I felt sick. Don't answer, I said. I won't, he said. I'm done. I just needed to hear it from someone else. We didn't say much else after that. But we hung up as brothers again. And that was enough. 3 days later, Ashley came home. She looked like hell. Pale. Eyes sunken. I'd never seen her look so lost. I didn't know, she said. About him. The other guy. She told me she loved me. I didn't say anything. I don't love her, she whispered. I don't even know why I did it. I just felt seen. I felt like someone finally understood me. I stood in the doorway, arms crossed. You chose her, I said. Over me. Over the truth. I warned you. You told me she was your safe place. But she used you. I know. I can't do this anymore. Ashley broke down crying. I didn't comfort her. That night, she packed a bag. She didn't ask to stay. She just walked out. And I didn't stop her. But I wasn't done. I still had the photos. The messages. The recordings. I knew Natalie's pattern now. I knew how she worked. So I sent everything, every last bit, to the new guy's wife. Found her on Facebook. Sent her the whole file. No message. Just truth. It didn't take long. 2 days later, Natalie's picture was removed from every social media account. Her name vanished from LinkedIn. Mutual friends unfriended her. I even heard through the grapevine she got fired from her real estate job. Derek? He's slowly coming back to himself. He moved into a small apartment near Lakewood Drive. Started running again. I visit sometimes. We don't talk about Natalie much. But we both know we survived something poisonous. Ashley filed for divorce quietly. I didn't fight her. I let the papers come through and signed them the same day. As for me, I live alone now. House feels bigger than it used to. Quieter, too. I keep one photo on my fridge, a photo of me and Derek when we were kids. Standing by our old treehouse. Smiling. Back when things were simple. I lost my wife. He lost his. But we got each other back. And Natalie? She lost her power. And I made sure she'd never get it again.